you. I thought we had a deal. I gave you all I had. Put you in front of friends. It was me and you. For it was one of them. I introduced you to them. I should have seen it then. Why? It was never about me. It's what I could do for you. What you could get about me. Who I could introduce you to. I knew the truth. Still there was nothing I would do for you. A fool for you. You break my legs. Still jump through hoops for you.
Why?
I thought we had a deal.
Why?
I thought we had a deal.
Why?
I thought we had a deal.
Why?
I thought we had a deal. It's hard to let you go when I'm still holding on. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, should be moving on. This shit is stupid hard, and I ain't ready for it. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, I ain't ready for it. They weren't there for it, no, they weren't there, were they? They weren't there when she despaired to have her prayers working. She wanted to die daily, and I was 9 maybe. I'm on the couch with mom, talking about don't cry, baby. We'll be alright, baby. Yeah, we gon' make it through. I'm scared to death inside, but I know I can't let it through. I ain't know where to turn, I didn't know what to do. You gave me hope when there was none, I owe my life to you.
Why?
I thought we had a
you
deal.
leave me not ready to let you go? Let you go. I'm begging, don't leave me. Take anything you want, everything if you want it.
You gave my life purpose before it had any. You gave me courage when I didn't have any. We were the best of friends before I had any. I gave you all I had. You turned your back to me. You set a trap for me. I never seen it coming. You had me blind to if I didn't want to feel you numb it. You left my life a wreck, and I hate you for it. I'm still in love with you, and I hate you for it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to St. John Live. My name is Mike St. John on this Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Grateful to be here. My sobriety clean date's June the 1st, 2016. It's Monday. What a day. You know what I'm saying? I've had a little day and I had to reset 4 or 5 times, but guess what? We didn't use and we didn't drink today, huh? Blah. Let me give a shout out here to my sponsors here, One Stop Phone Shop out of London, Kentucky, 606-657-2750. If y'all don't care, man, hit your post your sobriety clean dates. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're from the Isaiah House, hashtag Isaiah House. If you're from the Hope Center, hashtag Hope Center. No matter where you're from, let us know where you're watching from. Kentucky, Tennessee, Minnesota, Florida, California, Michigan, all is welcome. We talk about drugs and alcohol. We talk about hurts, habits, hang-ups. We talk about having a bad day. We talk about sharing hope. If you ain't sharing hope, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? If you don't care, hit that share button, man. Let's get this into the groups. If you got a family member struggling, send it to them in a private message. Maybe they'll click on it and hear something from hope. You know, everybody's having a bad time, man. Like I said, it's Monday, but I'm just grateful to be here, grateful to be in position. Shout out to God for the blessings. It's just amazing to be where we're at. But I'm going to get in these comments here and give some shout outs. Brittany Clemens, always here. If y'all don't care, hit that heart button, man. We got 28 on here watching right now. I don't see 28 hearts. Hit them heart buttons if you don't care. If you don't, that's fine. I'll pray for you, but let's help somebody tonight. Christine Nicole, welcome. Rachel Marie, always here. Welcome. Josh Jenkins, I see you, bub. Welcome. Sally Devine, always here. Lisa Marie Reed out of Indiana, welcome. Joe and Crystal Van, Corbin, Kentucky, my peoples. Yes, sir. Hey, we coming in hot, Corbin, Kentucky, April the 30th. St. John Live, Hometown Hope Recovery Rally. We'll get into that a little later on. Let's see. Roy Allen, man, glad to have you in here, bub. Where'd this go? My comments went crazy on me here. Where we at? Oh, yeah, Roy Allen, what up, man? Welcome. Olivia Reyes from Michigan. Maram Addington, welcome. She was at my house this week, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, who else we got? Gary Baston Jr., welcome, bub. Glad you're here. Josh Jenkins, let's see, I done comment. Bill Callahan from East Bernstein, man, I love you, man. Appreciate you watching every Monday night. And it's like I get excited, man, to do this. It's not about me. The St. John Live is not about me. It's a recovery platform about hope. You know what I'm saying? We're all hope shots in here, man. Stephen McFadden, my homeboy from down home from Lexington, Kentucky. Wesley Branson, Isaiah House, Out of Darkness, awesome. My nephew Quincy Croucher, I love you, bub. Thank you. Share this out for me, bub. Anthony uh, Birkenstein, I hope I said that right, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. We got people in here from Minnesota tonight, boy. Huh? Yes, sir. Jonathan Silver, Louis Helton, go St. John. Hey, love you, man. Thanks for joining, man. Proud of you, dude. Jason Woodward, Vegas, Kentucky. Where's Vegas, Kentucky? I need to know where that's at, man. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing started, man. The guest we have tonight, I've been following on Facebook for about a year and a half now, man. And he's actively involved in the recovery community. I've seen him at some recovery shows that I couldn't make, but I've done some little research on him, man. And he's a real deal. And that's what I do before my guest comes on here. You know what I'm saying? Your audio's got to match your video because if you're preaching something that's not true in your life, or you're preaching something to make yourself look good because you're live on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Your story could harm somebody, So I always do my research to make sure your audio matches your video. And this guy's audio matches his video. I'm looking for Asher in here. He was supposed to tune in tonight, but I don't see him. But, hit that share button, hit the heart button. We got 41 on here. We got 21 hearts. We need 19 more. I think I'm good at math. I don't know. But I hit that share button. But with that being said, man, I'm going to bring our guest on here tonight, JP from Minnesota. What's going on, big dog?
How you doing, man?
Buddy, I'm good. I'm glad to have you on here, man. What you got going on?
Thank you, man. A little bit of nothing.
A little bit of nothing.
Yeah, my people be joking with me.
I seen some people on here from Minnesota. I couldn't say
yeah?
his last name. I hope I said his last name right. I don't remember what it was because my memory's like gone. Yeah, his last name's Anthony Birkenstein, maybe.
Anthony Birkenstein. Oh. Okay, that's my brother, man. Shout out to Tony.
Shout out to him, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just how's your day been, man?
I haven't had a bad day in a few years now, man. You know what I mean? I'm grateful. I'm a grateful person in long-term recovery, man. I'm just grateful for everything, man. Just like how you said in the beginning. God gave us like this 8,000 chance. I was going to say second, but I think it's a little bit more than that.
Yes, sir.
And for one, just trying to, just being grateful for no matter what position that I'm in, being content, with God in my life, man. And no matter what that looks like, and just having the ability to have a clear mind, man, to work through situations and stuff like that. And not only that, to help other people also, man.
Yes, when life shows up, you know what I'm saying? We got the tools to work through it. We can call on a fellowship. We can pray about it. We can talk to our significant other. I hold us accountable every day. But, the things that used to baffle us, like I forgot how to live. I didn't know how to handle bills and responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? I always want to put a needle in my arm and say, we'll worry about it later. Well, later always came like full force. And today, you know what I'm saying? We tackle life head on, man. And, we're blessed. We're free tonight at 9:00. You're in Minnesota. I'm in Kentucky, and we on Facebook Live, huh? Talk to us.
Minnesota pop, man.
Yeah.
I got a long backstory, man. I got like a backstories on top of backstories. So, I'm from Chicago. I'm originally from Chicago. I pretty much was in Chicago for 25 years. I was gang affiliated. I'm an ex-drug dealer. Ex-banger. Like I said, I've been in the game in the street life pretty much for like 25 years, on and off. But I grew up in the slums pretty much. Single mother, only child. Just in the streets, man. I didn't get the family life. I pretty much was like the black sheep of my family. I think the story is not unique. That part of it. You know what I mean? It seemed like a lot of people who experience addiction, man, comes from that similar background. I gravitated towards the street. I gravitated towards that, how we got caught up in the life, the glamour of what I thought was the glamour, you know what I mean? The just everything. Um, I tried to, had a little stint. I probably started selling when I was like about 15, 16. Dibble and dabble when I was 13. But I just started like to really get in it like when I was 17 or 18. Um, and I just just I think my addictive personality is like,
Yeah.
when I try to do something, I try to put my all into it, so to
Wide
speak.
open or nothing.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean? There's no in between, Well, I try to make it in between, but it wasn't really like that.
No.
But yeah, make a long story short, man, I pretty much like been arrested, man. I've been in prison 3 times in 3 different states. I've been arrested probably over 200 times, man. I've been in everybody knows Chicago is a dangerous city, man, and I was blessed to even make it um, to be the age that I'm at. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people. Besides the opioid epidemic, man, I lost a lot of people even before a lot of even
So
before
you
I
you
lost a lot of
grew
people.
you grew up in Chicago, right in the I'm not going to say ditches. I'm going to say
In
in
the
the
slums.
curb, in the curb because it's
Yeah,
all concrete.
right. In the sewer part down there
Yeah,
where the clown and stuff at. That's where I
yeah,
grew up at. Yeah. So you know what I mean? It was like, it was real bad, man. It was and when you're in the midst of chaos and living that way, people dying pretty much like every day, gunshots all the time. I wouldn't even say every day because it was a little bit more than that way every day. So a lot of people in the city died, but I had a lot of people. Death was became a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? It was
right,
like
right.
it was like inevitable. It was like and it just got to a point, man. We had to make a light switch, man, and just like cut how we feel off the concrete jungle. Yes, right. The concrete, cut our feelings off, man, and because it was just so much going on. I didn't realize how messed up, how addicted to chaos I was until I got to Minnesota, because I was living in it for so long that it became a part of my life, man.
Right, right.
So I just, I kept getting arrested. I tried to, the other 2 times I just went back out there. Just took a little break and came back. I was drinking and smoking pretty much every day all my life, give or take a few stints, for like 20, 25 years, like heavily. Like fifths, half a gallons or something like that a day, sometimes 2 or 3. It depends on who I'm with. And
Yeah, yeah.
and this was like before just the drugs. So, it was, I was already pretty much like a person experiencing addiction already. I was just using it to like edge the pain and how I felt, about coming up and growing up in that environment and stuff like that and stuff that was happening around me. So not using that as an excuse, but it was kind of an excuse because, like I said, we had to do something to cope. It was a coping mechanism
Yes.
that we had. Um, so after my last stint, I got a job. I'm just trying to get everything right. I graduated from high school. Um, I still was going to school and just like going out on the block, like after I get out of school and staying like overnight and getting ready at 5 in the morning, taking a shower, going to school. So it was like all my homies was there. So I'm going to school. I might as well go to class type of thing. So I graduated high school. Um, I tried to go to college. That was short lived. The streets took over me from doing that. So I went like for a semester, man, and then that was it. Um, it was just too as I got older, man. It just started. The streets didn't seem too much appealing for me anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it was, what I'm saying? I'm getting older, man. I was going to jail and people were saying, "Hey, what's up?" Youngin and stuff like that. And then I go, blink my eyes and go back to jail. Now I'm old school. Hey, old school. You know what I mean? So I noticed stuff like that, like old school. Oh man, I've been doing this for too long. It's
Yeah.
been too So, I always wanted to change. I always, I did have hope, in the back of my mind. I just, it been some nights, man, where we sat on the roof, man, and me and my homies, man, just want to, find a way to make it out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we had interpersonal conversations to where it's like, man, why us? A lot of people don't know that, I should say. But and just one day, man, it was, to be honest with you, man, I just, I wore out my welcome, and I just felt like, I had to do something to, maximize my opportunity. Why I do have an opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me a little longer. I kind of regret it, but God put us in different positions and molded us for His will and stuff like that. So I just, I don't want to say I regret it, but I kind of regret it not leaving.
Yeah, waste of time,
Yeah,
waste of time. But
So-
if we didn't waste that time, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
The movie's already played out. We all got an end date. But
Right.
sometimes I get in my head and I'm like, I wasted 14 years. But honestly, all that pain drives me to who I am today, and I know what not to do. So you're not alone, and there's a lot of people on here, I'm sure, feels like I didn't see the ocean until 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm 42, so I would have been 38, fresh out of treatment. Our past drives us to do and be who we are today.
Right, and that's something that I learned also from going through discipleship in church. That sometimes what the stuff that we go through is to help better us, but also to help out somebody else. To let them
Amen.
know that we
Amen. Huh? Yeah.
So my comeback story is about as good as my intro.
Yeah.
But I get there. So I just knew it was time to go, man. That's when God was tugging on my heart, man. It's just time to go, man. Just people died. It was just wasn't even no purpose of me on the street no more, pretty much. And I wanted to just maximize, I wanted to spread my wings, man. I didn't want to be, I started getting exposed to different things outside of like the neighborhood and stuff like that. So, I figured it's a big world out there, and I just wanted to do something different, man. It was 25 years too long, I missed my day one peoples, but it was hard for me to let go, but it's something that I had to do.
So what age did you start drinking? I know you said drinking and smoking. Around what age, if you remember?
I was kind of like an athlete, man, and back in high school, in school and stuff like that, a little bit of an athlete. So I, played basketball and football and stuff like that and all that good stuff, man. So it was like when I really indulged, it was like 16 or 17. I think
Right.
it was I think it was like more like 16. It was my birthday, man, and we just got really
turn
hammered,
up, huh?
man. Yeah, it was
Turn
just
up.
hammered. It was on. It been on since then.
Yeah.
The party didn't stop until I turned 30 something, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was partying pretty much all my life, man. Losing jobs and stuff. But yeah, so I tried to smoke a joint like when I was younger, but I was so much in shape, I don't think it had no effect on me. The first one when I smoked the blunt, man, it was just like, but it was, but I didn't, drugs wasn't one of my thing, man, at first, I'm just like, no, I'm not doing no drugs. I'm not smoking no cigarette. I'm not doing this. I'm finna, had hoop dreams, NBA, whatever, just wanted to do, like that was my focus at that point, until like stuff set in. So I pretty much like did this, man. I figured it was time to go. I didn't know where to go. I was just trying to research it and stuff until I just did this, man. I just like, boop. And it was Minnesota. So I looked it up or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? I knew some people who stayed in Minnesota, who I went to school with. So I stayed with them. Came up here, stayed with them for $200, man. I did a podcast. It was my first one. It was called $200 in a Dream. That's pretty much what I came up here with.
Awesome.
Yeah. The backstory ain't ended yet, Mike. But I just came up here. That's when I started. So I was looking for a job and stuff like that. And I just wanted to change my life, man. And looking for a gig and just trying to do better or be better. I didn't know what that looked like, but I knew it didn't look like where I came from.
Right.
So, I already know what not to do. I think me and my wife was talking. Shout out to my wife. So we was talking, and just like, I just, the best teacher for me was knowing what I didn't want to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew what I didn't want to do. And that's one thing, go back to jail, go to jail. To two, I didn't want to die in the street and be a statistic. And for three, I didn't want to be in that environment anymore. I just want to be better.
Yes.
So I came down here, got a job collecting for magazines. So I did that, got fired, felt bad about myself. That was like my last straw. I was like, man, I guess I'm just destined to be a drug dealer, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just destined for it, because every time I try to get right or get it together, nothing seems to stick or anything like that. So I just, I was, to be honest with you, I self-sabotaged it anyway, because I was selling weed at work and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, like it. And I was selling weed while I was working, so I was making, just doing that type of stuff or whatever. I was already, in my mind, I was already a dealer anyway.
Yep.
This is my excuse.
Yep.
But yeah, so I lost the job, whatever. Took the money, took my last check money, and got a big old, you know what I mean, and just jumped back down to Minnesota and liked the way it was out here. Got up with somebody, a girl, whatever. And I just want to say too, I was like dealing with ecstasy too. And before I came up here, I was dealing with ecstasy, and I think that had something to do like with my self-esteem and stuff like that. The chemical imbalances of all that different type of stuff. But I pretty much, make a long story short, man. I was feeling bad about myself. Like the person I was with was, making me feel bad. I can't say that because I was feeling bad already, but that wasn't no help. It was a lot of negative tension.
Right.
And I got introduced to meth.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here we come.
Well, the first introduction was not to use, it was to sell it. But you know what I mean? But I just was like, hey, you did it once. You know what I'm saying?
How'd that work out for you?
That was one of the worst decisions. But like I said, it was God that, God ordered some of these steps that I went through. But that was one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't a person. I claimed that I wasn't a person like to do hard drugs and stuff like that. It's like everything I said I wasn't gonna do, I did it.
Yes, sir.
I didn't want to smoke cigarettes. I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to be this. I ended up being all that. And I used meth. And I'm like, oh man. And I already used to stay up for a week. And I was like a guerrilla hustler.
No.
You know what I mean? I was out here 25/8. So it made me stay up. So like that was my excuse to use it. Because I could stay up like a week or two longer, and not knowing that that was actually pretty much going to be my downfall. You know what I'm saying? So like I got up with somebody and broke down a lot of numbers and stuff, and found out it was a lot of money involved. And I was using, and the more I did, I didn't, and I broke another rule. I was selling more than I was using at this point. Made a lot of money, so to speak, and I wasn't mentally stable. It was like stuff that was going on with my ex and stuff like that, and it just was getting to me. So like I started using more and more and more and more. And the more I got, the more I used. And I didn't used to use with the people I sell it to, and then I broke that rule.
Yep.
When I broke that rule, that's when, everything, it was already downhill spiral from there, but it was really a downhill spiral from there. I became homeless. And my story is not, and to be honest with you, Mike, my story is pretty much recent. I came here from Chicago in 2012. I started my recovery in 2018. So everything that happened after that happened after 2018 or before. So it's within almost a 3.5, 4 year time frame.
Awesome.
Just a side note on that. Um, so I just kept, I kept going to jail. I kept trying to do it right. I did this and did that, and in my feelings, using more, seeing shadow people. You know what I'm saying? Scared of my own shadow. It just got bad, man. When I did have a house, when I did have a place to stay, I was out there in the street, and the people in the street thought I was homeless already. They thought I was experiencing homelessness because I was out there with them so much, but I actually had a place to stay. That's how it was until I actually became homeless. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping on the trains and stuff like that, and it was real bad, man. If I slept, you know what I mean? So if I was slept and I barely ate, and I got arrested for DWI, and I think I did like 18 months or something like that. Got out and was homeless again. So I tried again, man, and it just, you know what I mean, in that time frame, man, I tried banging it and all that different type of stuff, man. I was just using it just to be using it.
Just
I was,
didn't know nothing but using. You know what I'm saying? Like that's me. I
yeah,
got a custom every day. If I wasn't using, I wasn't going to withdraw. Period. I mean, I would steal, rob, cheat, manipulate,
right,
rob my own mom and dad. That was my story because I didn't know how to feel normal. Like
right,
I didn't know how to wake up and drink a cup of coffee or get up and turn the TV on because I didn't have a TV to turn on. First off,
right,
but it was always go go go. This dude wants 10, so I'm gonna make 4 off of that. Then I'm gonna
right,
do 2. I'm gonna sell 2. Then I'm gonna go
right.
get 10 more. And it's a never ending battle. It's a fight we fight every day within ourselves, man.
Yeah, I fought that battle. You know what I mean? I just held on to that notion that I'm a drug dealer, not noticing the fact that I'm losing everything. I still
Yes.
got on the same clothes. I got a half ounce in my pocket, $900 in my pocket. I ain't trying to spend nothing on but drugs. I
Yeah.
got the same clothes on for 27 days. People like, oh, you stink, but I still want your drugs. You got good drugs. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
Yeah.
people, it got bad, man. I go to sleep on the train, wake up, and people going to work and stuff, and like I remember myself like wishing that, like that was me. You know what I mean? Wishing that I woke up. Actually, I woke up one time, and when I first woke up, I was like, "Where are these people going?" Around this time, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and these
That's
people
what
going to
normal people
work.
do.
They going to work.
Yeah, normal people do that, bub.
You know what I mean? So it's just it just got bad, man. I was dealing with just women and stuff, and women was a part of my issue, man. Just the whole lifestyle um, that just kept me, you know, down. And and I every time and that's why I got high too, because every time I every time I wasn't high, I felt bad about myself. Like I
Yeah,
couldn't look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I felt bad at what I was doing. I had this hope in the back of my mind, but I buried it. You know what I mean? And because I just felt like this was my life. This is who
mhm,
I was destined to be. I was destined to be a drug dealer, you know what I mean, criminal, whatever. But I really, yeah, I get, drug dealing is criminal behavior, but I got in, still take anything from anybody, nothing like that. I always was a person who tried to make his own money, whichever way that was.
right, right.
um, but but it just was bad, man. I was just in trap houses, man, and you know what I'm saying. It just was bad, and I had my wake up call. Well, I had a lot of wake up calls because it was a lot of things could have went bad. You know what I'm saying, that God saved me from, man. God saved me from a lot of stuff that I didn't even know
Nope.
possibly that was happening. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yep.
how I know. And there's a lot of places that I should have been in, but I wasn't because God was always in my ear. I just
Amen.
want to put that disclaimer out there too, because it was times and places, man, where people I knew that died or got killed. I was supposed to be in those same places, but I didn't because God told me to do something else, which I didn't consciously know about it or think about it until I got saved and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Um, so it just after I got out of jail, man, and tried to do it again, and it wasn't working. Everybody, who I thought was my friends left. And it just felt bad. I was in the trap house, man. one day, and this is the epiphany that I got. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I call it the day when God called me. You know, I was in the trap house. I like telling the story because it was like 5 people huddled around the bubble, and there was somebody over here, and trying to find a vein for like 2 or 3 hours, and blood running down the arm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm been high for like 5 days, and I got the bag, Mike. You know what I mean? So I'm just waiting on them. Come on, hurry up. You know,
Yep.
me, it's the usual me. Come on, hurry up, y'all smoke that, hurry up and do that. Matter of fact, your vein up a little bit to the right. And it was just like this. It was like, and I just had a moment of clarity and looked around and seeing where I was at, and it put a bad taste in my mouth. I looked around and I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was the day I like to call that God called me, because it was just a moment of clarity. I've been high. I've been pretty much high for 2 months, but that specific day or that specific time, I've been high. I've been up for 5 days, and just high. Um, and for me to like think that, and like I got to change, like my life started floating. You know what I'm saying, in front of my eyes, man. And I'm just like, man, I don't got nothing to pretty much show for my life, man, except this little bag and where I'm at. And it's like nothing in here. You know what I mean? It's just, and
Reality set in.
yeah, it was an epiphany. It was because I'm usually focused on what I'm trying to do. And for me, like, to divert my focus off what I was waiting on and what I was trying to do was unnatural. It was unnormal for me at that point in time. And I'm like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't, like, I remember like what I actually came to Minnesota for, after all these years or whatever. But I just knew at that point in time where I had to change. I didn't know like how I was going to do it or what I was going to do. But the first thing I did was check myself into like a shelter. Um, I went to a shelter to go somewhere where I can, for one, get some sleep. I started with that, some sleep. In all honesty, man, I was doing all this stuff like unconsciously. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that I was doing was unconscious. Like, I didn't realize. I understood I wanted to change, but I didn't have no direction. But it seemed like, God. Well, it didn't seem like it was God guiding me to what I had to do, because I didn't know the first step of anything to do to get sober or change or anything. You know what I mean? I even found out. I even went to like therapists and stuff like that, and found out that I had mental issues. I suffer from mental illnesses and stuff. So I didn't know all that, because all that stuff in Chicago or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It did something like mentally for me, and I didn't know that. I was like, so what you saying? I'm crazy? And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, you've been through so much trauma. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, trauma? What's that? And it's
Yeah.
just, and it was just a learning process. So the first thing I did, man, was I said I had to put a fire under my butt, man, and try to get this change thing going. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. My probation officer at that point in time was finna lock me up because I was falling asleep at his desk. I tried to go see him sober, and I've been up for 2 weeks, and to see him sober, I'm just at the desk like this. You've been doing drugs? I'm gonna take you to jail. I was like, no, I've just been working overtime, overnight. I'm just lying to him or whatever. So I thought about that, like it popped in my mind. So the first thing I did was I went to him and let him know, like, hey, you know what? I don't know the consequences of this, but I've been using. I think I need some help, and I've been using, and
So that was your moment. That was your moment. Like, you said those 3 words, "Hey man, I need help,"
yeah,
and it was hard for me too, man. I knew I had a problem, but I didn't want to admit it. I can admit it to myself, but I didn't want you to know I had a problem. But I'm homeless, living in a backpack. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I need help.
yeah.
Like,
I didn't.
men don't do that.
At least you had a backpack. All I had was the clothes that I had on my back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But during the shelter, God was moving too. You know what I'm saying? So like the needs that I had, God was handling for me while I was, in that position. And that's what I'm not telling on myself, man. I'm telling nobody. You think I'm finna go telling myself, but that's something I felt I had to do. And later on down in the line, I found out that was accountability.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was holding myself accountable. Like I didn't know about none of this stuff when I was doing that. And I thought I was gonna get locked up, but I'm like, I'm willing to take the consequences, man, because you know I really want to change. This time I feel like I have a purpose to change, or it's something driving me at this point to change. You know what I mean? It wasn't like my thoughts or my will doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's just and I know who it is now, but I didn't know then. You know, like what I was doing, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. Like I seen God moving, but I just, you know what I'm saying, I've been so high. I'm like, who's that? What is this? You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. So I was still coming down from like psychosis and stuff, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So I really didn't know like what was going on, but I knew I needed some help. And it was like a burning desire, man, you know, for me to change, and like that I never felt before. You know, I always said I can change. I always been in the pre-contemplation stage of change, but I never made it to action and maintenance. I never made it down that ladder that far, or up the ladder that far. And shout out to my people in Minnesota. I see y'all. Let me have my thing. But so you know, and I did that. He said, "You know what? I'm glad you told me, man. I'm gonna get you some help." I'm like, "Whew, man." You know what I mean? I finally told the truth for once. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I've finally been like completely honest, like with somebody about about something about me. You know, and that's something that
The relief. Did you
yeah.
feel any relief? You know,
Man,
when
it was
you
like it was like a grand piano off my back. You know
yes,
what I mean? It
yes.
was. I didn't go to jail. I'm like, that's the first. I'm like, okay, you know what? This might work.
There's something to this.
There's something to this, right?
Yeah.
Because he was just 2 days ago. He was just when he said, "Man, you come and see me again. You fall asleep at my desk. I'm going to jail. I know you've been used, man. You know, no, I haven't." I'm like 170 pounds, and I hope my friends. You know, I'm 260 now, so I've always been like a big guy. So, you know, drugs brought me down to like 170, man. My 3X was fitting like a sheet. Uh, and so, you know, I told him, so I went to do Route 25. Still was staying in the shelter, did Route 25. And what I did too, when I did the Route 25, I had to wait a few weeks for a bail to open. So in those few weeks, I decided to work on myself. You know what I mean? So I just, you know, just stay sober, stay clean or whatever, no matter what it took, man. I didn't use. So I called them. They still said they had no bed open. I'm like, I'm getting tired of this. I went down there and they said, oh, you know what? We do happen to have a bed open for you. I was like, bet. So I went to the treatment center, man. Granted, treatment wasn't, you know, it was good. It was good. I got involved. I just, you know, and I did a lot of other stuff outside of treatment to supplement my recovery. You know, I wanted to change, man. So I wanted to be proactive with my change. So I went and bought some books. I went to the library actually and got some books, man, on change, behavior modification, you know, cognitive skills and stuff like that. You know,
Right.
filter shifts, and these are the books that I felt, you know, God wanted me to read. You know what I mean? And just when I wanted to change my behavior, so I wanted to be proactive in that, in my own change versus me just being in treatment. Yeah, so I was reading these books, man. I was reading these books, and people, you know, I'm trying to display some manners. You know, I'm trying to work on manners. I'm just trying to work on myself, man. I worked on myself, man. It wasn't a smooth sail. It
No.
wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't a smooth sail. It was still hints of stuff, you know what I'm saying, of my old past that, you know, my body was regulating for one, for two, my mental state and everything. So I had a couple of reoccurrences and stuff like that. But the biggest obstacle that I faced at that point in time was me letting go of the lifestyle.
Yes.
Me hustling. And I found out that was my drug of choice.
Yep.
The lifestyle and the activity and stuff that went along with all that stuff versus the actual drugs and alcohol that I was using. So that drugs and alcohol I was using was just another perk. That was addiction on top of an addiction.
Yep.
But I had my biggest addiction because I couldn't sit down and be broke. So now I'm sober and now I'm broke. And I got $2 in my pocket and I'm staying in the treatment center. Granted, the treatment center had lodging. So they gave me like my own. I had my own apartment or whatever. With shared it with somebody, and that was one of my first stints at like independence. You know what I'm saying? I used it as a stepping stone, and I was grateful for that. And so I made my bed every day. I brushed my teeth every day. I took a shower every day. Give or take a few days. Depends on how late I'm running. That type of thing. But just I was grateful for it, and I wanted to show myself the gratitude and use that as a stepping stone to as far as working on myself. Yeah. So, and I had to hustling was my big thing. So I tried every which way to like go around that. This okay, since I'm sober, man, I probably can make all the money. So, I tried to sell again and not use, and that didn't work. I tried every combination, man. I tried every combination. It didn't work. Okay, drugs, me ain't working. Let me just try to bootleg some liquor or something like that. Then, that didn't work because I end up drinking and then I'm end up back using, and it's just a whole vicious cycle.
Yep.
So anybody out there, it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? You messing around with, just different girls who still using and stuff like that, and you not using, it's not gonna work. You go to the barber shop, you're gonna get a haircut, man. So I just decided to learn how to. Now I have to learn how to be broke, and this is why I tell a lot of people when I do podcasts, like that was the biggest obstacle that I had to face, that I learned every day. Yes, sir. That I had to learn how to be broke. I had to learn how, just like I had to learn how to live life on life terms without the use of mood altering substances. I had to learn how to live life without no money, because I didn't know how to live life without no money. Exactly, Natasha. And just so I started doing. I found some stuff that didn't take no money. I had to switch my mind state, because me thinking that I needed money in my life as a priority was messing my life up, actually. You know what I'm saying? It was messing, because I based my whole life around money. Getting money, and you know what I mean? And then the lifestyle and using money as an excuse, like, to be involved with life. That was a whole vicious cycle, man. So I just started doing other stuff, started volunteering. I started doing volunteer work. I started, calling Hit United Way Up. The shelter that I used to stay in, Dorothy Day. I used to, I just started doing soup kitchens and stuff, and food shelves and whatever I can get my hands on. After my last reoccurrence, I asked my counselor, like, what do I do to stop this? He gave me a list, NA groups. Here, go to each one of them and see which one you like. I said, I don't deal with NA, but I'm willing to take any suggestion right now, because one more last hiccup, you know what I'm saying? I'm out this boy. So I went to every NA meeting, man. I took the suggestions. I went to every NA meeting. I went to every last one of them, and I found my my home group, We'll Work for Recovery. Shout out to We'll Work. You know what I'm saying? And people love me there before I was able to love myself, man. So again, I was just doing volunteer work, man. I was doing service. I was doing working at the soup kitchen, and then this guy walked up to me and said, "Hey, man, you could be in any place in the world, but you here serving us, man, and thank you." And the way he looked at me, man.
Yes.
And the way I felt, I still get it. You know what I'm saying? In here thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? The way I felt, I'm like, what? All I did was pick up some, and did this. And that's how I'm thinking about it. But it's more to it than that. It meant more something to that person than, than anything. Because he didn't have to stop and say that. He could just say thank you and kept moving. But he's like, man, you could have been anywhere. But you here doing this, man. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question. When he said thank you, when he said, you're here, you could be doing anything. But when he said thank you, what did that mean to you?
Everything.
Yes.
That's pretty much was a crucial moment, and that changed my life. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the heat that melted my heart. You know what I'm saying? It did something to me. That was the catalyst of what I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of had an inkling that I would be in the business of helping people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because of the way I felt, and and this was crucial, because I was living my life. I was trying to find out ways to, like, not to live like without thinking that I have to have money. But that right there was the currency of ages, man, to
Yep.
me. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That just did something to my soul when he said, he stopped and looked at me. And it's not actually, it is what he said, but it's the way he said it and the way he looked at me
Yep.
that did it for me. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and the reason I ask you that, because the whole time we're out there, we're taking and taking and taking, and we never said thank you for, we was taking stuff. And today, and that's my life too. I
Mhm.
give service work, just out of my heart, just a pure
Right.
kindness, and holding a door or packing somebody's groceries or taking a buggy back in Walmart. Bad as I hate to, I will do it. And some woman said, "Well, thank you," and I'm like, "Well, you're welcome." Like, I
Mhm.
never was taught to say thank you and you're welcome. I teach my kids that today, because that's manners. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
manners that everybody should be doing. But just the love from people we don't even know, that's not like us. You know what I'm saying? That's the key.
Yeah. And it was just amazing, Mike, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I still think about that, and like it still touched my heart today.
Mhm.
Just that, just like what, and it just I went to sleep like reflecting on it, man, and it just like it. I was always looking to fill this void up, that I always felt that I had, man, and like that was peace, and you know what I'm saying, that was a piece of that, and being able to serve inside of the you know what I mean, and it's something simple. This was a few hours, you know what I mean. It was just a few hours, and the perk was like, hey, the food, I went home with it, and I still was in treatment and stuff myself, so I still was working on myself. And a lot of people think that you have to have it all together
No,
to work, to help out in the community or to help somebody else out, but you don't.
no,
I didn't have it all together. I just was, what I'm saying. I still don't have it all together now, Mike, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm not, what I'm saying. I didn't, this was nothing but, this was this was a few years ago for me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that happened to me happened within the time frame of 2018 until now. It really, actually, technically 2019, because 2018, I still was trying to shake the bugs off.
yeah.
you know?
So where you at today? I follow you on Facebook, man. I see you involved with the community. I see you, the Minnesota Hope Dealerz. Kind of let's talk about that for a few minutes. Where
Okay.
you at today? Kind of what's your everyday life, Jay?
Ooh, I'm part of ministry at my church, ICCM Life Center. Do you want me to run it all down to you, Mike? That what I'm
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Okay. I'm the founder of the Minnesota Hope Dealerz is a recovery community organization. So we with ARCO, member of ARCO Association of Recovery Community Organizations. So I founded that while I was in college. I'm
You're in
currently.
college,
Oh yes, sir.
huh?
Oh yeah.
A drug dealer in college? What?
Yeah. I'm actually going to college to be an addiction counselor. So I'm graduating in May.
Awesome, awesome.
So
Proud
yeah.
of you.
Thank you, sir. I'm doing my internship now.
Awesome.
I'm finishing up my internship. Got a few hundred hours to do, and I'll be done. And then I'll file for my license, and I'll be uh, um, an addiction counselor in a few months. So I'm going to two schools, well, three. Um, I'm going to Metro State University. I'm dually enrolled, so I'm taking classes towards my bachelor's degree in clinical social work. So I'm going for my LADC and for clinical social work. Yeah, and also going to Global University to be ordained.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I do that. The Hope Dealers. I run the meeting. Run the NA meeting on Wednesday nights at 6:30. I help out with the ministry with the youth ministry. I help out with the regular ministry and also with the youth ministry. Um, and yeah, so I'm in the honor society at school. I'm on the dean's list. I do a lot of stuff. I'm a family man. I'm the president actually of the honor society at
Awesome.
school. Yeah. So
That's
it's
good stuff.
yeah. And I went through discipleship at church. I went through advanced discipleship, so now I'm going to Global University. So I had to relearn. I had to relearn and unlearn a lot of things in my life and find out actually who I actually am. Once I found that out, I was able to turn all my pain and hurt, man, into a catalyst for my, you know, for my cause. We help people who experience an addiction and homelessness and stuff like that. Uh, but I also help out, doing outreach for my church with the ministry and stuff like that, and you know, just doing my best. I pretty much dedicated my life to helping people feel less broken. You
That's
know, my,
awesome.
yeah, my personal rights is pretty much gone now. So I can't wake up and say I don't feel like doing nothing because it's a lot of I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff ain't me, man. I got a new employer.
And I like that. I like that because, like me, everything that I got going on, I stay busy. And they're like, Mike, why do you
Mhm.
stay so busy? Listen, I stayed busy out there hustling dope. So I
Yeah,
got to stay
right.
busy helping people, man. And not only do I help people, man, but it helps me tremendously, to be able to just to go into jail here in my town, man, and share
Hmm.
hope with these inmates, dude. And they cry, they hug, they get my personal number, and they call me,
Yeah.
the next day and tell me, man, thank you for taking time away from your family and
Hmm.
coming in this jail for 3 or 4 hours, man. That is the blessing. No money can give you that feeling, and
Hmm.
a lot of people don't understand that because money. We all got to have money to survive. We live probably 3 weeks by three, every 2 or 3 weeks. We're not rich, but we're spiritually rich. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But our bills are paid. But and a lot of people's like they don't understand that feeling of helping somebody and not wanting nothing in return. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I definitely do, man, because that's what I had to figure out when like I said, when that guy did that, I'm just been helping people, what I mean, a lot of, now some of my funding do come from people who help out with
Yes.
donations and stuff like that. So I just want to let everybody know I do appreciate that, but a lot of stuff that I have done has came out of my pocket.
Yes. Yes.
Especially in the beginning, just so I can help people. I'm not making like any type of like money with my organization, maybe down the line or something like that. But that's not the main focus. The main focus is for helping people. So if
Help
I can
people.
go get out my pocket to go do something for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's and my sober network. You know what I'm saying? That my sober network, my church community, you know what I'm saying? My family, you know what I mean? All this people is I'm rich now. You know what I'm saying? I'm rich and my wealth is love. The currency is love. You know what I'm saying? The currency is love and time now. So it's not, what I mean, it's not even about money. You know what I mean? It's not my life is not based around money. My life is based around being a servant, you know.
Yeah. Amen.
And that's, what I'm saying, that's what I draw off of. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that I do a lot of stuff. A lot of people don't see how I do it. But I get my strength, man, from the joy of the Lord, man. And
Yep.
and that's where my strength comes from. That's why I'm able to do it. I wake up and I push through, even if I don't feel like doing it.
Yes.
I do it, because it's not me. It could, I could be in the worst position. You know what I mean? I never could imagine that my life would be like this.
No.
You know,
And a lot of people don't understand that, man. And I can remember my biggest suggestion. Anytime I don't feel like doing something, I need to get up and do it. And that's a fact. Like today, I ain't washed clothes in 3 days, and I didn't want to wash clothes today. And I'm like, you know what? Get up
mm,
and wash clothes. At least I'm able to wash clothes. I have
right,
laundry detergent, man. The water bill's paid. I
right,
have hangers to hang clothes up. It's not in that
right.
backpack. So you got not only gratitude. You can say gratitude, but just being blessed. Them's all blessings that some of us don't take serious, but I do because 5.5 years ago I was homeless, ready to commit suicide, and my mom walked in and said, "Hey, get out of my house," and that was the best decision my mom made. But
Hmm.
it's the little stuff, man. Like it's 10 o'clock at night. Some people's in bed, and we're right here.
Right.
But anyway, it's amazing to see where you're at, and we're gonna wrap it up here in a few minutes. But what was now that you're on this journey, this path, man?
Mm.
What is the what? Give us something the hard, like something you've went through while you're clean and sober, and how'd you get through it?
Um, something that I was clean and sober, like an obstacle, or like a.
Just life showing up, a bad day, a bad moment, or just life showed up. How did JP get through it?
I didn't give up, man. I had to go through. It was the issue where I had to. I'm studying to be an addiction counselor, so I had issues with the DHS about my background. They denied me and told me no and stuff like that. But I didn't. I didn't take no for no answer. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
You know what I mean? I just felt like it was my dream to do it. I worked hard at school and stuff like that. And a lot of people just give up, and some people go out there and use because somebody told them no.
yeah,
But I was taught, I was taught that sometimes a no just don't is not. It doesn't mean a no. Sometimes it means that they just didn't have enough information,
yep.
and that's why they said no.
Sit
So
still.
yeah, so I just worked on it, man. So I went to appeal it. I went to appeal the decision and stuff like that they made. Um, and I just kept working. I just kept doing what I was called to do. I pretty much didn't worry about. I worried about a little bit.
Well, we all worry. You know what I'm
Yeah, a
saying? We
little
all
bit,
worry.
but I pretty much like gave it up to God, man. God, if you're with me to do it as it is, and it took me a year for them to even accept my appeal. And by that time, I had enough letters and um, tipped the scales of karma. I don't know what you want to call that, and they called me and told me that they was going to grant me um, a set aside to practice as an addiction counselor because
Awesome,
of the letters and the works that they seen me do, that they didn't have to go through the appeal court, that they was going to grant it for me.
awesome.
And it's as a great story of just like pushing through and like not giving up. And a lot of
Yes,
people give up because they feel that they not worth it.
yep,
But I'm blessed to have built a foundation in my recovery to whereas no matter what was to happen, that I would still be content with what I'm trying to do.
yes,
To whereas I can push through and just push through and be myself and so I can work as an addiction counselor.
awesome, awesome. That's good stuff, Jay. And I'm proud of you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I appreciate your story, appreciate your time. And you're in Minnesota, I'm in Kentucky, and one day we'll probably bump heads.
We
And
I'm speaking at the recovery with Sam and Cross, man, reached out
are
to
you
me, and I think I'm
okay
speaking at the recovery Woodstock
in Texas?
in Texas. Are you gonna be there?
I'll be there with bells on, bub.
There you
Huh?
go. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking
Texas Woodstock. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, man. I appreciate what you do, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I've been following you and checking you out, and I appreciate what you do, man. It's needed, and it's not just
teamwork.
needed in Minnesota. It's needed everywhere, man. So
Yes.
I just salute you, man.
Teamwork, bub. Teamwork, man. I can't do it, but we can. You know what I'm saying? No matter where
Yes,
we're at, what time of the day, it takes all of us.
yes, sir.
And well, listen, man, we're gonna bounce off here. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. And anything I can do to help you, vice versa, let me know. Hit me up. Send me a message, and we'll do this together.
I definitely will, Mike. I love you too, man. Thank you for
Love you
having me,
too.
man.
Have a good night, bub. See you,
You too,
bub.
bud.
All right, bye. Yes, sir. JP, Minnesota Hope Dealerz, man. Go check out his Facebook page. He's the real deal, man. He service work. He just said it come from the gutters in Chicago, man. And today he's free, living life. And and the key to this, is a relationship with God and service work, man. If you're not helping nobody, listen, man, you're missing out on the blessings, man. My life changed once I surrendered and said, God, I'm done. Please help me. And I got out of my own way and started helping people, man. Not the 12 steps, the sponsorship, the meetings, the fellowship, that's part of the process. But I started seeing a change in my life, man, when I started helping people because I was a selfish guy for 14 years in active addiction that I took, robbed, stole, the whole 9 yards. If you can relate, you can relate. But, my life started changing once I started giving back and helping people. Not only giving back the message, carrying the message, but paying for somebody's food, giving them a new pair of Jordans, praying with them, talking to them, being an ear instead of a mouth. A lot of people want to yap, 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 yap. But, when somebody's hurting or they're going through it or, life showed up, man, just listen to them, let them talk. Because the hardest words somebody can say, male or female, is, hey, man, I need some help. Can you help me? And if somebody does that to you, if somebody reaches out to you needing to talk, you best help them, because that is part of our responsibility. And great message tonight, man. JP, he's the real deal. Check him out on Facebook. I'm going to get some shout outs here, man. Listen, April the 30th, Corbin, Kentucky. It will be my first ever hometown Hope Recovery Rally. We rented out a Corbin Civic Center building. It is huge. We've got Dollar Green coming down from Louisville. We've got hometown speakers. Mostly 5 out of the 8 speakers, we all are tied to Corbin, Kentucky. And, my town 5.5 years ago used to talk about everything I'd done, everything the harm that I caused. And today, they've forgiven me because, number one, God forgave me. Number two, that it's forgiven them, but they're talking about what I'm doing. And it's amazing to go back to my hometown. And that's a dream I've had since I got clean and sober. And April the 30th, we're coming in hot in Corbin, Kentucky. If y'all want information on that, we'll be blasting on Facebook. It's just going to be amazing, man. I want to thank everybody that watched, man. Thank everybody hit the heart button, the share button. If you've got a family member struggling, there was somebody on here needing to connect with me, send me a PM when we get off this live, and I'll answer you. We don't got to use today, man. No matter what life throws at us, man, you should have a sponsor or a fellowship, or you should have some people in your life that care about you, man, to help you get through it. That's how I get through it. Like today has been a hectic day for me and my wife. Both my wife's at work right now. The babysitter's in here with my 2 kids while I'm out here doing this live. And, today's been a hectic day, but guess what? We get to go to sleep tonight, clean and sober, and we get to wake up tomorrow and start a brand new day. So listen, if nobody's told you they don't love you, or nobody's told you they love you, listen, we love you. Team St. John loves you. JP loves you. Minnesota Hope Dealerz love you. And if you're out there struggling, reach out to us, man. I'm not a licensed counselor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a recovered $2 needle junkie. Used to be homeless, and today I have a purpose, and that is to sling some hope. We don't sling dope. We sling hope. Nobody's told you that. We love you. We're going to get out of here, man. We will see you next Monday, and I love you all, and thank you all for your support. Thank you for tuning in every Monday night. It's 10 o'clock, and we're going to go to bed. Love y'all. I'm out.
You ain't got cold chill, something's wrong with you. Gotta know it. You in the wrong building. Know where to turn.
I could really use a friend right now. Yeah, I just need a friend. I'm staring at my window pane. I'm staring at my window pane. I could use a friend. I could use a friend. I just need a friend right now. Right now. I'm staring at my window pane.
I'm counting raindrops, like where's God at? When will the pain stop? Like when will this be over? How come I can't stop? I swear to God, I can't stop. I ain't believing God, still I would pray to him. When no one else around, when they brought them trays to him.